Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel R Square Pathshala. My name is Ravi Sani. So in the previous lecture, we had started our new subject Indian Art and Culture for UPSC and other state services exams preparation. So we had started classical dance topic, and in that we had covered Bharatnatyam. So as I told you in the previous lecture, we will be covering 2 to 3 dance in a lecture to keep video as short as possible and to help you better understand the topic. Okay, in today's class, we will be covering Kathak and Kathakali, the two classical dance form. This is particularly in the northern India, particularly in the UP, and Kathakali is in Kerala. Okay, so we'll be discussing these two dances today. So let's start. Kathakali. First we'll cover Kathak. Kathak dance is famous in North India, particularly in the UP, Uttar Pradesh. The word Kathak has been derived from a Vedic Sanskrit word Katha, which means a story, and Kathakar, the one who tells a story. So Katha means a story, and Kathakar, the one who tells a story. The origin of Kathak is traditionally attributed to the traveling bards in ancient northern India known as Kathakars. Basically, there was a group of bards who kept on wandering from one place to another. So from them this Kathak dance originated. Okay, the wandering Kathakars communicated stories from great epics and ancient mythology through dance, songs, and music. It was primarily a temple dance or village performance wherein the dancers narrated stories from ancient scriptures. Basically, it was a temple or village performance in ancient time. Kathak evolved during the Bhakti movement. So during the Bhakti movement, Kathak evolved. How it has been evolved? By incorporating the childhood and the stories of Hindu god Krishna, as well as independently in the courts of North Indian kingdoms. Okay, Mughal emperors and nobles, they were patrons of Kathak dance and actively promoted this dance in their royal courts, where it acquired its present feature. The present form of the Kathak has evolved during the Bhakti movement and during the Mughal rule. The Mughal emperors and nobles were patron of the Kathak dance and they actively promoted this dance in their royal courts, where this dance gets its present features. Okay, and developed into a form of dance with a distinctive style. Kathak is found in three distinct forms called gharanas or schools, three different schools or three different gharanas, namely the Jaipur Gharana, Banaras Gharana, and the Lucknow Gharana. Okay, so Kathak dance evolved in Jaipur, Banaras, and Lucknow Gharanas. Okay, these three Gharanas are distinct from each other. For example, in Jaipur Gharana, the focus is more on foot movements, and in case of Banaras and Lucknow, focus is more on facial expressions and graceful hand movements. So in case of Jaipur Gharana, the focus is on foot movement, and in case of Banaras and Lucknow, facial expression and graceful hand movements. Under the patronage of Wajid Ali Shah, the last Nawab of Awadh. So it grew into major art form. Usually it is a solo performance. The dancer often pose to recite verses followed by their execution through movement. Okay, the focus is more on footwork. The movements are skillfully controlled and performed straight legged by dancers wearing ankle bells called ghungru. As you can see in the picture, dance is performed straight legged. Okay, Kathak is the only form of classical dance wedded to Hindustani or the North Indian music. Okay, and it is the only classical dance which is prevalent in both Hindus and Muslim. The outfits are made in accordance with the customs of the separate group. So we can add here prevalent in both Hindus and Muslims. So according to their customs, their outfit differs. Okay. So Lady Leela Shokhe or Menaka revived the classical style. Some prominent dancers include Birju Maharaj and Sitara Devi. In the picture we can see the Kathak dance being performed by an artist. Okay, so in Kathak dance we first learned Katha means a story, and the one who tells the story is known as Kathakar. Okay, this dance is traditionally attributed to the traveling bards who communicated stories from great epics and ancient mythology through dance, songs, and music. So it was primarily a temple or a village performance wherein the dancers narrated stories from ancient scriptures. So during the Bhakti movement, the dance evolved by incorporating childhood stories of Hindu god Krishna as well as in the courts of North Indian kingdom. So Mughal emperors and nobles were patron of Kathak dance and they actively promoted in their royal courts. Okay, there are three distinct features, or we can say gharanas, school named after the cities where Kathak dance tradition evolved. So Jaipur Gharana evolved in Jaipur city, Banaras Gharana evolved in Banaras, similarly Lucknow Gharana evolved in Lucknow. So in Jaipur Gharana the focus is more on foot movement, and in Banaras and Lucknow Gharana the focus is more on facial expression and graceful hand movement. So during the last Nawab of Awadh, Wajid Ali Shah, it grew into major art form. Okay, then a solo performance. The dancer often pauses to recite verses followed by their execution through movement. Focus is more on foot movements. The movements are skillfully controlled and performed straight legged by dancers wearing ghungru. Okay, so it is the only classical dance wedded to North Indian music and prevalent in both Hindu and Muslim. I hope this Kathak dance is clear to you. Next is Kathakali. Kathakali is the dance of form of Kerala. Kathakali literally means story play. Okay. Chakiyar Kothu, Kodiyatam, Krishnatam, Ramanatam are few of the rituals performing arts of Kerala which have had a direct influence on Kathakali in its form and technique. Ancient martial arts of Kerala have also an influence on this dance form. So basically these are the ritual performing arts of Kerala which had a direct influence on Kathakali in its form and technique. So Kathakali is a blend of dance, music, and acting, and dramatizes stories which are mostly adapted from the Indian epics like Mahabharata, Bhagavad Purana, and Ramayana. So, heavy makeup, face mask, headdress, and stunning costume are used in this dance form. As you can see, this is mask, this is headdress, this is stunning costume. These are the main feature of Kathakali dance. The dancer enact the roles of stories with particular makeup and costume. The vocalist narrate the legend and percussionist play the musical instrument like idakka, chenda and madalam. So different facial colors, like different facial color, we can see green, we can see yellow, we can see red. So these facial colors indicate different mental stages and characters. For example, green denotes nobility, black denotes wicked or demon, red patches denotes royalty and evil. Okay, so different colors denotes different mental stages and character. So hand gestures, facial expressions and eye movements are prominent or important. Okay, so weight of the body is on the outer edges of the feet, which are slightly bent and curved. The dance begins with Kilikotu, which calls for audience attention, followed by Todayam. Prayers are rendered to the Almighty in the introductory part of the performance. Kalikotu is accompanied by melodious coordination of drums and cymbals along with Purapadu, which comes as a sequel to this. In Melapadu, the musicians and drummers exhibit their skills entertaining the audience. Tiranoku is the debut on the stage that offers the introduction of the characters of the play, after which the play begins. So what happens is actually, so this Kelikotu, Todayam, Purapadu and Melapadu and Tiranoku are basically the components, we can call it the components of Kathakali dance. So a Kathakali dance performance begins with Kelikotu calling the attention of the audience, followed by Todayam. It is a devotional number performed where one or two characters invoke the blessing of the gods. Okay. Kelikotu is the formal announcement of the performance done when the drums and cymbals are played for a while in the courtyard. Purapada is a pure Nritta piece. Comes as a sequel to this. Then the musicians and drummers hold the stage, entertaining the audience with an exhibition of their skills in Melapada, and Tironoku is the dubbed on the stage of all characters other than the Pacha or Minuku. Basically, in Tirunoku, the introduction of the characters of the play is given, and after which the scene of the chosen play actually begins. So you need not to remember the whole process of the dance, you just remember this Keliketu. Dance begins with Keliketu, in which they calls for audience attentions, followed by Todayam, and in Todayam prayers are rendered to Almighty in the introduction part of the performance. Kelikotu is accompanied by melodious coordination of drums and cymbals along with Purapadu. Purapadu is a pure Narita, which comes as a sequel to this. In Melapadu, the musicians and drummers exhibit their skills entertaining the audience. Then In Tiranokku, the introduction of the characters of the play is offered, and after that the play begins. Okay, the Ramankutti Nair and Kalamandalam Gopi were the prominent artists of Kathakali. So Kathakali dance you can see in this picture. Okay, I hope these two dance, Kathak and Kathakali, are clear to you. Okay, so in the next video we'll complete 2 or 3 dance. We'll cover 2 or 3 dance, and then okay. So I hope you like the video. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture.